Get warmed up.
Oh, already seeing views.
See, I remember when we first loved.
Awesome, so here we are at the fantastic Conic Hill, located on the east side of the wonderful Loch Lomond, as we've already seen. It's got its own historic context, but it's really known for being located on top of, you know what a fault is? Like tectonic plates. It sits right on top of what separates the Highlands, the north of Scotland, to the south. So this is really like that gateway into where the soil literally changes and the atmosphere and the environment changes. And it's just a beautiful view, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice, and plus, that's deep what you just said there, boy. Tectonic plates, soil, the soil's different, that's deep, boy.
Really, it really is like the halfway point of Scotland. And
Right, that's deep. Now I'm feeling like I need to get some grounding.
Put that in a
Let's
pocket,
get some grounding here,
take
boy.
that
I need to
back.
get my feet on this ground.
seriously, it's like such a beautiful country with beautiful people. And what's so amazing about it is the different regions or cities within the country. It's like different seasons at the same time. So like I spent time in Colombo, which is the capital, and it was just blazing hot, like scorching. You couldn't go outside, but it's more built up industrial. Then I went north to like Hatton, which is where they grow tea, like all these mountains, but imagine just tea fields. But that's not the natural climate. There was a lot of wildlife there, but then the British came and found that the ground was good to grow tea leaves. And so it's all, I can't even describe, you just have to see it. It's just rows and rows of tea leaves. And that's one of Sri Lanka's greatest imports. Then you go to Nuwara, and there it's a bit lower than sea level, I believe they say, and it's just this humid but cold, watery feeling. In fact, they call it Little England because it's just raining, but it's still that sticky warmth. And just like the animals, I'd never seen an elephant before, like apart from in the books or on cartoons. They respect a lot of nature, especially to do with the religion. Buddhism is like the main religion there. So like, I was there during the season they call Puar, where there was this festival, the festival of the moon, and like this elephant, I saw elephants being paraded through the streets, mammoth of a beast. And there's nothing I could say but just watch and see how it made the people feel and how they just interacted with their environment, the respect they had for all things living, the food they were eating, like I was saying. It's not like you go into a store and you buy your apples, your banana, your pear, your plum. I was having like rambutan and mangosteen, like
That even sounds tasty.
yeah,
I want some
truthfully,
of that.
like really juicy, and you know that natural fruits, nothing processed and nothing, none of these things grown with pesticides, just the fruits the way it is. Like I worked in a school there, and there was like a boarding school. So me in the morning, me and the boys who I worked with, we'd like pick stones and throw them at the trees, and you could get guavas, and you could get like what do you call it?
Papayas, maybe?
Yeah, just different things, mango and all that, and little bananas of different variety of sizes and sweetness. And
Yeah.
imagine
Seeds in the banana, right?
you know what I mean? Imagine me coming home and everyone's like, "Here's a banana." I was like, "That's not a banana. You guys don't know what a banana is." Truthfully, it opened my eyes to, I knew the world was bigger than my home, but to see it for myself in the flesh, especially something that was close to the country I was born but never got to experience, it ignited something in me. And I came home and I was like, I want more of this. But we don't have that here. But what do we have? And so I just started to get out of my house, go off the streets and just like adventure. The good thing about Glasgow, they call it the greenest city in Europe. And that's because of how many parks it is. Like, this is a city that was known for the Industrial Revolution, like really built up, building warships during the the First World War, Second World War, but they still managed to retain a lot of the greenery, and they really protect that. I think it's like they have over 100 and something parks within the built-up city alone, and so don't have to come out this far to even find the nature. Like you can go to Kelvin Grove Park if you ever find your way across there.
I was
Pollock
there
Shore.
yesterday, in fact.
Cool. So you got to see, and just obviously it's a different landscape, but every little bit.
So vast though.
Yeah, and understanding where you are and what you have can make a huge difference.
Definitely. So can you swim? That face.
I cannot drown for like 2 minutes, perhaps, and then somebody needs to dive in and save me.
Yeah. So what's your experience with like water in the outdoors? So you can't really swim. You can kind of float, but
Or hold my breath at least. For long
so
enough. Yeah.
what's your outdoor experience with like swimming or like generally water in the outdoors?
I love to look at water. I love to drink it, but I don't know what happened. I just never was exposed a lot to really being taken out into the water. Yeah, I went to beaches and stuff, but it just wasn't a thing. Especially like swimming in local swimming pools. It was never a motive, like me and the guys or whatever, like, yeah, let's go swim right now. We weren't really doing that. They tried to teach us in school, and I just wasn't strong. And I don't know if that was just individual to me. And imagine I was like literally the only black kid in my class. Maybe the only black kid in the school in the early 2000s until my little brother came and my little cousins came, and then and so it was also a bit of maybe just being embarrassed. Like, because I know I couldn't do it, I just avoided it. We'd go to the beach and I'd bring a book just so I can sit on the sand and like, yeah, you guys do your thing. And truly, yeah, I enjoyed my books, but
there's other ways. So swimming is one. So obviously swimming and stuff, but there's still other ways that you can connect with water and the outdoors. So for instance, you can actually go into the water, cold fresh water, and just sit there and meditate. There's loads of benefits of going into cold water as well. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of like cold showers. So cold showers boost your immune system. It also enables you to, it boosts like hair growth, skin. It really helps with all of these types of things, and mental awareness as well. It allows you to be more alert. It makes your senses enhance, and like generally there's other ways that you can connect with outdoors in the water as well. Just like rain, for instance. Rain, like, have you ever listened to the sound of rain at night? It's very therapeutic, and just listening to that. I remember, it's interesting you said earlier about you going in 2018 to Sri Lanka. I went to the Amazon, the Peruvian Amazon in that same year, and there was actually quite a lot of rain there as well. And just listening to the rain on my tent was very therapeutic and nostalgic. Whenever I hear rain now, I connect with it, and it kind of enables me to, you know, connect with nature that way also. So
in one sentence, you drop more gems than any book or swimming teacher ever gave me. For real.
But yeah, you should definitely try to swim though. Another thing you can do with the cold water, going into cold water, obviously it's a shock to your system.
Yeah.
So I
cold
wouldn't
and I was
advise
like,
you to just go jump
cold
into
what?
cold water.
Cold shower? What?
I would definitely advise you, like for instance, when you are showering and stuff like that, like try to have a warm shower and slowly turn the temperature down so your body starts getting used to it. Then once you start having the cold showers, your body's more immune to it in a sense, and it doesn't come as much as a shock, but it boosts your immune system and it does all the right benefits. So I'd say try that, and also that can also probably help with you getting into swimming also. Swimming's really important as well, because you can then do wild swimming. You can actually swim in open water rather than chlorine, because I know that's, for me also, that was kind of a barrier for me for swimming inside pools and stuff. Chlorine's not good for my hair, my skin, stuff like that, especially being black, like all that type of
Drying
stuff.
us out. No.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you can actually start wild swimming as well, and actually if you are to wild swim, I'd advise you not to just go into any water. You'd have to try and find places that you know the depth of it and stuff like that, because that can also you can also drown, obviously, and water safety is really important as well. So that's another thing you could probably get
Knowledge.
into.
Baby steps. I'm gonna turn my
Yeah.
shower down a little
Yeah,
bit.
so do your
but
shower first and ease
yeah,
yourself
if
into
a year
it.
from now you ask me, I'll at least tell you I'm having a cold shower. We'll see what happens after that. But
But that's literally, the shower thing is actually really great as well, and that way your body is regulating much better, and you're becoming stronger, and it's helping you generally across the board of things. But yeah.
I'm wondering, like, you weren't born with that knowledge, so how did you come about learning yourself?
So with me, I once, when I was like looking into things about like when I was looking into things about routines and stuff, like I saw that there was this thing about cold showers, and also because of sports. Have you ever had a cold bath before?
Yeah.
Ice baths.
Okay, yeah.
So like these things are really promoted within sports and within
That's
other
right.
things as well. And as I said earlier, I've always like been in sports and stuff, so I knew about ice baths and stuff like that. But then I started looking at the shower aspect of it, and that also then came across as really beneficial for us as well. So yeah, and yeah, even now I'm starting to get into yoga in the water, for instance. I've tried that out. I'm trying that out. And yeah, meditating in water, because earlier even, you see how we was looking at the water and how
Yeah.
the stillness of the water was. Yoga and just generally meditating within water can,
Tranquility.
there we go. It can really enhance our mental well-being and physical, because mental well-being actually triggers that physical.
Of course.
So
I think it's really important to hear it from someone like you. It's not just being young, but being a young black female. Like, when you think of yoga, stereotypically, people think of like, ancient Eastern Asian, all this, like, you gotta be a Buddhist monk or whatever. But like, no, you can just be a human being where you are, find water, and like normalizing those ideas and those practices, especially within our culture and our background.
literally, it's all about changing the narrative.
Yeah,